Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the light bringers, and the soulpreneurs of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you hit that subscribe button below this video with the bell so you can get notifications for all of the videos that I'm sharing here on the channel. It's free, so totally subscribe. And I like to share my Taroscope videos. I like to share other videos teaching about energy and angels and all kinds of personal development stuff. So make sure you subscribe. So we're going to dive into your Leo March 2020 Taroscope. We are going to take a peek at your month. What do you need to know? How can you best navigate this month? And what messages do the angels have for you? So it's really interesting because I feel very scattered as I'm starting this video. And I always like to say that whatever occurs over the course of a video or however I'm feeling is very reflective of the reading, of the energy. It is part of the reading. And so I do want to say, and it's so in alignment with the cards that I'm seeing, that this month is going to feel a bit scattered for you. You are going to find yourself doing some work. I do see some gifts within the month. I do see some exploring through the month, but definitely feeling a little bit scattered, feeling a little bit all over the place throughout the month of March. So we're going to take a peek first at the overarching theme. What do the cards say about the overarching theme? What can you expect? Okay, so here we have the Eight of Earth reversed. So the Eight of Earth reversed is it can be several different things. Number one, it can be asking yourself, what lesson are you not learning here? What pattern are you repeating over and over and over again? And you know, getting basically the same results because you are responding to something in the same way each and every time. And this really is about finding a way to respond differently, to take a step back, to really explore without as much emotion. How can I better respond to this? How can I be more successful here in this situation? And when we can do that and when we can respond differently, so many times we, because life is sort of like a video game, right? So many times we are successful with the lesson, we level up and we move on to the next level of our journey. So in order for you to level up, you're going to have to do things differently. You're going to have to make a change, stop a pattern, let something go. Okay, and I don't feel like this is something that you're not aware of. I feel like this is something that you're very aware of. This is also the Eight of Earth is reversed, is also about going back to school. Although I feel like this is really saying, take a pause, take a step back and ask yourself, do I really want to learn more? Do I really want to go back to school? Is this in alignment with what feels like my best life path? And this isn't saying that that's not in alignment, and this isn't saying that it is in alignment, but this is saying take a step back, take a pause, and explore whether adding some new skills, adding some classes, actually going back to school, working on doing some personal development, that kind of stuff, where that could be beneficial in your life. And so asking yourself, what do I need to learn? Where do I need to add in some learning into my experience? I think that that will help you to navigate this month better if you are focusing on developing yourself in some way. So but again, if you are considering something a little bit more formal, like going back to college or something like that, really take a minute, feel that out, see if that feels right for you, and if that feels right for you, I say go for it. So the next card that we have here in that category of the overarching theme is honoring your true feelings, and that's really what I was just talking about. Honor your true feelings. What do you really feel? When you really get honest with yourself, when you sit down with yourself and ask yourself, what do I want here? Where do I want to go? And really try to quiet that voice of fear and just listen. I think that some really powerful answers are going to come for you. And again, I don't feel as though you don't have the answers necessarily. I feel like you're either very close to them or you are aware of what needs to change here, what you need to do here. So just honor those, just listen to them, and do your best to let go of the fears that are trying to hold you back and prevent you from progressing in your life, okay? And then we have the athlete card, and I'm going to just read this to you. dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. So this can be about, getting more physical, working out more, working on developing that athlete within. But this can also be about just connecting with your strength, connecting with your willpower. What does an athlete, a professional athlete, have to do to get to where they are? They have to work really hard, and they have to try and try and try, and they have to fail so many times. So what are you, trying to go after and trying to go after and trying to go after, and not feeling like you are making the progress that you want, but you're passionate about it and you're excited about it? And can you continue to tap into that strength and that willpower that's trying to drive you into success, right? It takes time. Success takes time. Success is something that we have to work for. And anybody who is really successful, if you ask them, they have had so many failures in their life. So it's okay to fail and to get up and keep going. Success is really built upon those failures. So keep going, keep tapping into that, and keep working on pushing yourself beyond your limitations, whether those are physical limitations or otherwise. I think that's a really cool message for you guys. So the next message that we have here is in the category of challenges you might expect in the month of March. And here we have the Six of Water. The Six of Water is about difficulty moving past old stuff, whether it's childhood stuff, stuff from our past that is making us feel stuck, making us feel like we can't move forward. But this showing up reversed is really suggesting to me that you are beginning to progress a little bit in this area. You are beginning to release that. In fact, I think that this card showed up for you guys last month, if I'm remembering. So anything that you are focused on that is stuck in the past, I do feel like you're working through and are working on and allowing yourself to move forward. And this doesn't have to be something negative. This can also be romanticizing the past and being so stuck on the past that you're not allowing yourself to see what's right in front of you. And I do feel like you're starting to have some awareness of this. I really want to encourage you to continue to develop on this, continue to focus on how can I let go, how can I heal, how can I focus on what's right in front of me and have an appreciation for that. So that is in the category of your challenges. In the category of the gifts you might expect, here we have the Dreamer card reversed. Okay, so there is an energy that's wanting to propel you in the direction of your dreams, that's wanting to help you to have a purposeful life, a joyful life, a life that is in alignment with your best life path. But I feel like you're not tapping into that dreamer within. And if you can do that, if you can let yourself dream a little bit bigger, if you can let yourself just kind of fantasize about where you want things to go, let yourself focus on the things that you want to call into your life. Let yourself believe in yourself. If you can do that, I really feel like the gift of this is that this energy will begin to move forward. You will get closer to feeling like you can make positive changes for yourself and take leaps of faith and go after the things that you want. But you've got to work on letting yourself dream and not shutting that down with fears and negativity and speaking badly to yourself. So if you can allow that, I really feel like this energy can turn around and move forward and be such a beautiful gift, the gift of a new journey for you. So don't keep yourself stuck. Let yourself progress and move forward as best you possibly can. Look fear in the face and let it know that you are in charge. So here is the next card we have in the lessons category, okay? So that's interesting. In the lessons category, the Six of Fire we have showing up. This is really about you have been to battle. Okay, you have learned so much, and this is really saying make sure that you learn from your experience. Make sure that you learn from what you've been through so that, number one, you don't repeat patterns again, but number two, that you allow it to help you to grow in the ways that you intended for yourself to grow when you came here on this planet. So, I mean, that's why so many of our challenges show up for ourselves, is because we had intended to learn particular lessons, okay? So you've been to battle, but here with the Six of Fire, this is about coming back from battle victorious, okay? So something wonderful is going to happen for you. You are going to feel victorious. You are going to feel like you have something to celebrate. You are going to feel like some things are moving forward. Good news is on its way. If it hasn't already arrived, this can be about public recognition. This can be about people appreciating you. So I do feel like there's some great things to just really embrace in this month, but also recognize what you've learned through what you've been through. Otherwise, the whole purpose of what happened is kind of null and void, you know? So the next, I'm throwing cards. The next card that we have here is the Nine of Water reversed, okay? This is in the advice section, and this is about really taking a look at your life, taking stock at your life, and asking yourself, what would really make me happy? You know, I think so many times we get caught up in what we're supposed to do, what, you know, is the logical thing to do, what other people want from us. And this is really, again, about digging deep, listening, and honoring your true feelings. Because if you can listen and you can ask yourself that question, what do I really want? You can begin to make progress in the direction of having a life that you love. You know, this is really saying, I don't know that I love my life right now. I don't know that I love everything in my life. And you might love some aspects of that. So please have gratitude for that. Please express gratitude for that, because that is the fastest way to raise your vibration and to manifest even better things. But also recognize where you need to tweak some things, and what needs to change and what needs to shift, and how can you begin that process. And if you're not sure how to begin the process of creating that change, my favorite thing to do is to ask God, the universe, whatever you call that, to show me. I will just say, this is what I'd like. This is where I want to go. If this is on my highest and best life path, please show me the way. And that has been really helpful for me. I usually find myself experiencing some kind of a sign or some guidance, or somebody just says something, or I read something. I mean, it comes in so many different ways, but promise, you will be shown. So you just have to pay attention. So the next cards, the last cards that we have here, I have 3 cards in the category of what else, okay? So here we have the King of Air upraised. So if you are finding yourself really struggling to get out of your head, to make sense of things, to process everything that is coming up for you, you may find yourself wanting to seek out some support. That might just be from a friend, that might be from a professional, or just somebody that you like to bounce ideas off of, okay? But this is also about you getting your thoughts under control rather than having your thoughts control you, because that's a very different experience. And how can you begin to talk back to negative thoughts? How can you begin to talk back to the thoughts that say awful things to you? You know, we say the most terrible things to ourselves, and how can you begin to shift those to view the world in another way? You know, can you just start to ask yourself, even, is that even true, what I'm telling myself? And what is the evidence that it is true? What is the evidence that it's not true? And letting yourself explore that a little bit more and begin to question the very way that you have been thinking for so long. When fears are coming up for you, you know, really challenging the validity of those fears, and what's the likelihood that that can happen, and are there ways around that, and things like that. Just really exploring different ways of viewing it, different ways of seeing the world, because I think when you can move into a more optimistic, more hopeful place, and even better, a more faith-based place where you just are able to just totally put your trust in the universe and flow with what's showing up for you, oh my gosh, this is such a powerful place to be. So the next card that we have here in the what else section is, you may find yourself dealing with issues in regard to your kids or with parenting in some way. So an issue maybe with your own parents, an issue with your kids, an issue with your parenting techniques, things like that. Understand anything that's showing up for you is meant to, I feel as though, change some patterns, okay? Redirect something that is going to help everybody in the long run to have a better future, okay? So any stress, any tension, anything that's showing up, understand this is about creating a better future and releasing some old stuff that is ready to go, okay? That's what I feel with that. And then we also have, so we had the King of Air, right? And now we have the King Theme card as well. And the King Theme card says, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Okay, so this is about leadership with light. Leadership in a way that honors both yourself and other people. This is, so you might find yourself stepping into a leadership role. You might find yourself just feeling a little bit more comfortable in your own skin. I always think of like Leos as such a royal energy anyway, right? So this is like connecting with your royalty, connecting with but connecting with that royalty, not in a way where you're like, I'm up here and you're down here. No. That's not what we want to do. But connecting with your royalty in the way that you are a benevolent leader, that you are doing good, that you are being kind, and that you are using any power or leadership that you have available to you to help other people. So those are your messages for the month of March. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. If you want to learn more about me or about Clarity, you can check me out at discoveryyourawakening.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon with another video. Take care, guys.